and welcome to a brand new video. Today's video we're doing a Blu-ray review slash film review of sorts for a childhood favourite of mine, a personal favourite. It is Fire in the Sky. This is the world exclusive Blu-ray edition, first time ever been released on Blu-ray from an Australian company called Imprint, which is basically their version of Arrow or Screen Factory type thing, who are doing exclusive films that have never been released before ever on Blu-ray, who's getting exclusive transfers or extras kind of thing, really premium editions. And this one's been the most recent one from December, which I recently picked up. I have done an unboxing video for this if you want to check that out, if you want to see a bit more detail on the actual, the look of the film itself, on the actual, but I'll cover this in this video. What I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about the actual Blu-ray release in terms of the transfer, the extras, the edition, and why I think potentially is worth picking up, and talk about my thoughts and opinions on the actual film. I'm just going to give you guys some insight and kind of showcasing the film itself, and hopefully you guys can check out the film and see what you think. So let's talk about in depth the Blu-ray review and the film for Fire in the Sky. Before I do the review itself, I want to say a big thank you for everyone who's liked, subscribed, who's been interacting and commenting on the actual channel itself. It really means a lot to me. These videos are really fun to do and I really enjoy making them. It takes a bit of time obviously in terms of filming, editing and doing original artwork, and the fact that you guys are kind of supporting the channel and commenting and creating discussion and interacting with me, I think it really is appreciated. I really do appreciate it, and the fact we're nearly at 700 subscribers now, fantastic, really brilliant. It's a massive up increase from we did like 3 or 4 months ago. If we get to 1,000 potentially, I might do a giveaway or some sort of some sort of prize kind of thing. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, really thank you for everyone who's been interacting with the videos, who's been interacting with myself personally. I really enjoyed the community, really enjoyed the experience of doing this. So thank you guys very much. Thank you. So Fire in the Sky was released in 1993 in cinemas. This was the actual year that I was born in, which is funny enough. Nice to get a film that actually represents my year as an existence in that sense. Fire in the Sky is just a really good well done drama. I really like this film a lot. This film is something I grew up with as a kid. Basically Fire in the Sky, for people that have not heard of it or if you're not aware of this film, you would have been in one way or another, because this film is kind of famous for its last 20 minutes. Its last 20 minutes features a very intense, very terrifying in a sense for a PG kind of film, a very intense sequence revolving a lot of practical effects, a lot of really creepy imagery. It's a very intense scene. It's a very interesting kind of really very expensive practical kind of feature for the film, which is the most expensive thing about the entire film, and it's on a lot of top 10, a lot of top 5 videos. So you might have seen or heard about it or something, or you might have seen the scene itself from other various videos that kind of posted on the lists, but the rest of the film itself doesn't get talked about enough, and the film in its whole doesn't get talked about enough. Mainly it's known for that kind of last 20 minutes, which is perfectly fine. Some films kind of slip through the cracks, or some films don't get appreciated or just kind of not really known, and it's always good to have a video talking about the actual edition, or I'll get a premium release kind of like this to kind of celebrate the film and kind of get more audiences aware of it, kind of very similar to kind of Hong Kong and kind of other foreign movies and like that. But Fire in the Sky for me is just a really well done kind of situational type movie. A friend gets abducted by aliens pretty much very early on in the film, and it's just the aftermath of it. It's just a bunch of people, a bunch of friends that are dealing with the small town community, this paranoia, it's the kind of the judgments, the kind of hot air in a sense, and that kind of the fact that the town's getting more attention from media, the fact that the actual boys themselves, the people that have witnessed this, their friends got missing, they think they might have murdered him potentially, the strain between relationships, friends, kind of judgments kind of thing. And the film deals with kind of the aftermath of their friend basically vanishing, and then come to terms with it, and then being kind of almost crusadedly going after, in a sense. People really kind of don't want him in town, and they have to kind of hide or this kind of stuff. And it's a really good well done drama. It's based off a book. Apparently it's based off a true story that actually happened. Whether they did or not back in the 70s, from the book itself and people that actually were involved in this is another question entirely. But as a film perspective, as a piece of entertainment or a potential could be kind of thing, say it's just a really well done, well crafted drama that features a very strong payoff at the end. I think the film achieves exactly what it sets out to do. It has fantastic performances from Robert Patrick, from T2. He's really good in the film. The other supporting cast members are great. The kind of the sheriff, who's kind of trying to get the real insight into what actually happened. You've got the the townsfolk and their paranoia and their kind of like, you know, media kind of circus kind of thing going after them. It's really well done. It's paced really well to kind of get that sense of the situation they're in and drama. It feels very much like an X-Files, which is compared to an X-Files very much so. Especially the last 20 minutes. It's something from an X-Files TV episode in a sense. But the last 20 minutes obviously pays off massively. I won't say too much in terms of reveals or anything, but what I would say is that the film does build up to that 20 minutes, which is quite crucial to kind of what actually happened, and it kind of gives you a bit of an insight into kind of the experience of the other side of the coin in that sense. I won't say too much, but it is kind of very infamous, very famous for the legacy of the film, and going in with the right mindset is always key for this kind of thing. So check it out, see what you think. Fire in the Sky really delivers.
You expect me to believe that a flying saucer came down and took your friend away?
Now the transfer for this film I think is a definitely good step up and a good improvement from the old DVD set. It's a nice HD transfer, it's a really good image quality. I think the visual effects, the kind of practical effects look really nice and sharp. Of course it is a small time drama, it is a kind of, you know, character kind of, you know, performance piece more than a kind of big blockbuster special effects. So I think if it was more of a case of like a big special effects movie, I would kind of want a better transfer in a sense, but this is a really good, well done, appropriate HD transfer for the film. Definitely is a massive improvement from the DVD itself. Unfortunately, it isn't a 4K or 2K scan compared to most releases. Paramount themselves actually provided the HD transfer, so they just put it on the actual disc itself. So I think there is hope for later down the line for a potential or further upgrade from a different company potentially. But I think the HD quality looks really good. I think the visual effects, I think the nighttime and daytime sequences are really well done. Give it a 3 out of 5 for sure. Really well done. Massive step up from the DVD. I think the audio mix for this film is really well done as well. I think it really popped really nicely in my headset. It was really nice and intense, and the music and the audio and the kind of the Foley sound work all worked well together to kind of create the atmosphere and the kind of tension, especially with the key moments of the film. It offers a DTS HD 5.1 surround sound and a 2.1 stereo sound as well, so it's definitely a good step up from the DVD. Good improvement. I would give it a 3 out of 5 for sure. Now the distributor Imprint are doing a fantastic job of really releasing these kind of really underrated films that people have been seeking out for a long time. You know, brand new transfers, lots of new extras, a really good Blu-ray release. First time ever to get a Blu-ray release for this edition and many others. I have heard about them before a long time ago, but recently they are starting to pick up on their kind of library, and they got a really fantastic release coming out in March with Breakdown. Kurt Russell, brand new 4K transfer for that, and it's lots of new extras. A really great addition, which I'm really excited to check out. The fact that kind of Paramount, Universal, and these other kind of companies, distributors, are kind of allowing and working out a deal with kind of Imprint, the Australian company, to release these for kind of like a limited editions kind of set is really fantastic, and it gives me hope as well, because once one company releases an edition that potentially gets a kind of worldwide release later on. Dog Soldiers had a German release from Studio Canal, so that's getting a second sight re-release in the UK. The Hitcher's got one as well, so I'm glad a lot of these films that I've been really seeking out, really waiting to kind of get really good Blu-ray transfers, or at least a HD transfer that I can actually watch anyway. The slipcase itself is really nice and glossy. I think there's a lot of time and effort been placed into the kind of nature of it. I like the 1993, the kind of the year date in there. I think it adds nicely to it. Fire in the Sky, usually lists all the extras, the original poster, which is great. The alternative artwork I'm not a huge fan of, but it's fine. I mean, I've got the original. Now, on top of getting a limited edition set, a first time ever released on Blu-ray for Fire in the Sky, you're getting also exclusive brand new extras, which are really fantastic. This features a brand new audio commentary from the director itself. This is 2020. It features Fear from Beyond, the practical effects of Fire in the Sky interviews with the visual effects artists, directors and supervisors. This is 2020 extra as well, so you get a really depth look into the practical effects in the last 20 minutes, which they're kind of famous for. You're also getting Borrowing Time, scoring Fire in the Sky interview with the composer, 2020. Fantastic, because the music for the film is really well done. It's really fantastic, especially as the film plays out with the kind of tension building with the small town. Really well done. We've got to go back and Touched by the Light, another interview feature from 2020, a theatrical trailer and photo gallery. So you're getting really jam-packed full of extras here, brand new exclusive 2020 extras. Now all the extras themselves I think are really well done. The audio commentary is a really good insight into the film from a kind of 2020 perspective, kind of 20 plus years later, how the director feels about the film, a bit of insights into the making of it in terms of the kind of practical effects, in terms of the town, the actors, the choices in terms of the editing. Now, some of the extras themselves are kind of just audio with footage on top of them, because obviously with COVID-19 going on at the moment, obviously filming brand new extras, kind of like proper interviews with the actors themselves, are quite hard, difficult to do. So if you're after this film on Blu-ray for the very first time, if you want a premium release with lots of brand new extras, a good transfer, a really good slipcase as well, a nice edition, this is definitely the best version you get for a long time for sure. It's definitely a massive step up from the old Powerman DVD, which features no extras. It's a very bare bones release. So there you go, folks, it's been my review for Fire in the Sky Blu-ray and film review itself. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you got some good insight into the film itself, and hope you guys check it out, see what you think. And if you're after the film itself, it is available on the Import Australian official website, which is quite costly. It's not a very cheap kind of import to do, but if you look around on Amazon UK, look on eBay, you're going to find some good deals. You're going to find some kind of good, second-hand kind of, second middleman kind of sellers in the sense who've got a hold of the edition, and you can get access to them a lot quicker compared to importing from Australia. So I'd say look around. Until next time, guys, Amphlett Reviews. So yeah.